start early? Let's start early, right? Let's get it in. I can do whatever. I can start early, right? If I want to start early, I can start early, right? People can't say I'm late if I start early. Wait. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Love you. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. I make myself laugh. Maybe I don't make you laugh. You probably think I'm a weirdo. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Live Show. Hear my thundering voice through your earphones, baby. Here we come. The lifers, baby. Flat all night from 60,006 to 60,400. Bitcoin just staying absolutely flat in a tight range. You can see we got liquidity on either side. They want to take us up to 61 or back down to 59. Really tight ranges here for Bitcoin. So what do we say? What's happening? We're going to break it down. We're going to have some fun. Welcome back, King Sammy Lifer. Shout out to Bragadunza, BMX, my man. Shout out to Dave Roy in the house. Lifer, Adam, Tran Hung. All my awesome people. Forex, Mikunin, Captain Proof, Captain Poop Poof. Oh, Chris P. Bacon. Loving that bacon. Shout out to Robin Gray and Brett 2 cents. God bless you, Brett 2 cents. You also have a brother for life, my friend. Everybody, big news. My wife's Binance US account, out of nowhere, they sent us, she went to log in, she couldn't. And then when she logged in, it says, contact us. Couldn't. Then she hit the thing and an email came out and they sent us an email and they were like, and they messed up the email. They used our Tether address and said, you received $100 from this address. And it was our address. They're like, who was it? And I'm like, but that's my address. You're sending. I think they said to this address, but they wrote from. And I think they literally wrote a typo in the email. Number one. I could show it to you. And so it made no sense. The email didn't make any sense because it said, you sent $100 from blah, blah, blah. And it was like, and I was like, what? It just didn't make any sense. It said you sent $100 from the address that we own. You can't send an address to something you own. You can only send it out or receive. So it didn't make any sense. All right. I explained that to the email. They started talking back and forth. Next thing you know, at like 4 o'clock, they just stopped responding. At that point, I went to Twitter and said, hey, Binance, can you please respond to me right away, Binance US? We now have 16,000. I want this to run up to 50,000 or higher. I want this to run viral until we get back in the account. Please don't stop commenting. Please don't stop going to Binance US help and saying, where is Sam Price's Lifer's money? You know what I mean? It's not a phishing scam. It's not. It's a real email. It's a real email, man. Not a phishing scam. I've even talked to Binance US. It's not a phishing scam. I just want to make it everybody really clear. They disabled our account. Like you were logging in one day and you just couldn't log in. Like your login didn't work. And it said, please go to customer service and hit this button. And then they're asking emails about a $100 transaction. Yeah, I swear on my life. And they locked us out of 20. What if I needed to make a trade right now? What if I needed to get to my funds? What if I was in the middle of a swing trade on Solana, which I may have been, and I wanted to sell it at 150, 160, and I couldn't because they locked me out of my account. You know what I mean? So, it's a big deal. You know, and that was just a small account we had for years. We didn't really pay attention to it. That's the problem. We had other accounts that we were using. We didn't really... It was a smaller account, and then out of nowhere we went to check it, and boom. So Binance US, please do the right thing. It's going to be relentless until you answer me. And then what's crazy is they were DMing me here, as you can see, right? And then they just stopped DMing me at one point. Like, here's my DMs, and they just stopped DMing me. Hello, Sam. The account is already assigned to the department in charge of the review. All updates will provide. This is how you know it's not a phishing scam. This is real Binance US. We escalated the issue with Turtley, and then they just never responded to me again. And I said, please respond to my, I don't want to go through an email chain, Binance US. I'm a known YouTuber, almost 100,000 subscribers here, 70,000. Respect me and my community. Respect the crypto community. You can't treat people like this. All right, and we're not going to go away until we get an answer. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Keep the pressure on for me, please. This is a campaign for the people as well as for me. And it's not even tons of money. I'm not saying it is enough money for me to fight for, though. And so, but I just want to make that my first statement of the day. All right. And anyway, let's break down Bitcoin. Still inside the flag it was in all night last night. Does this flag break out or do we dump to the downside? What's going to happen here to Bitcoin? Everybody's on pins and needles. I'm still in the long. Are we going to make it through? Are we going to get dumped on? What's going to happen to BTC? Well, the first thing I do, I always have to do my top-down analysis. Even if I've done it 10 times in that week, I do it 9 more times. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, it doesn't really matter. This, you know, as crazy as it could be a shoulder, a head, and somewhat of a weird shoulder. And also, I believe in God so much that I pray to God that God will, you know, bring my money back from Binance US and all will be right. And whatever happens, happens. I submit to God. I have submitted to God in that situation. I'll do the best I can. I'll reach out to as many people as I can. And then I put it in God's hands. God has got me. You know, it's very rare someone is able to get over on me. God usually protects me every single time. And I know God's going to protect me again this time. Me and my wife are good people. We do nothing but nice things for others. I show up every single day. I don't do anything shady. So I want my money and I want it now, you know. Shout out to everybody here. So let's take a look here at the 5-day chart here. We're starting to get a little more bullish engulfing. I wanted that 3-day to make the bullish engulfing candle. It did. As we breached that top of that candle there, that was what we were looking for. Just little slight adjustments. But now, you know, pretty much, you know, a pretty good resistance here for Bitcoin at about 61,005, that weekly support of resistance. We'll go back to that weekly. And 61.5, see, we wicked right to that area and then couldn't hold it. So 61,500, I would love a weekly candle above that zone. I'll take it as long as we make this new $58,000 support zone on the weekly. And if we lose 58,000, it's 55. If you lose 55, a chance you come and revisit 43,000. I don't think we're out of the water yet. Like, see, there's a wick right here. That was a bullish pin bar. We would come up, but only to come back lower. Technically, that is a lower low. And that is a lower high. You're in a downtrend. You're in a high, a low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low. Yes, the candle will close above it, but the wick is lower. So it's something you definitely have to heed and listen to. Now we go into the daily. The daily. We flip on those moving averages, getting rejected by the 200 MA. Had we just closed that candle above, which it looked like we would, wow, that was exciting. But I didn't make the big, you know, we took this for quick scalps, but we didn't make the big long. Had we closed above that, I might have made a big long. You know what I mean? So let's look at the weekly volume. I like what he just said. What about the weekly volume? Let's take a look at that too. So the weekly volume is, I mean, price is going to the downside and volume is going to the downside. That's a good sign that you're losing the sellers. You'd like to see the volume continue to fall off. It's telling you don't really have the pressure to keep pushing, to keep dumping us. You know, where is the volume? So the volume is falling while we're going to the downside. That tells me that the volume of the sellers is falling off. All right. Well, look, the volume was pretty low this whole time despite the pumpage. Isn't that crazy? That tells you when we get like, wow, look at the sell-off and the buy-ins right there at the bottom was insane. Pretty interesting, actually. Volume's been quite low, you know, comparatively. Anyway, so we go to this daily time frame and we can see, okay, we're starting this idea here that we're getting rejected by the 200. And then you're going to see a death cross and then the 21 crossing. And that usually, you know, and then if you look at it here, I just saw this right now with each and every one of you, a shoulder ahead and a right shoulder that could break to the downside. I did not see that until right now. We've looked at the charts many times. This also could be a shoulder ahead and a bit of a right shoulder. You're seeing some confluence in bearish tones. Rejected by the 200, a right shoulder. You know, I'm just pointing it out. I'm not trying to be the bearer of bear news. People get all upset and squirmy. They're in a long and I start talking bearish. They get all pissy. I'm just giving you guys exactly what's happening. You know what I mean? He says, oh no, not cat ears. Yeah, you know, you never know. So unless we can get back above that 200 MA, we're going to have a bit of a problem for the bulls. And this is where we kind of continue to look at the other time frames. So the 8-hour wanting to roll over, but staying above the 21. See, the 21 could be our saving grace here. And you're just looking for the 8-hour to make a flag. And so as we continue this journey, we're just watching as these moving averages in the 4-hour. Now, when the 4-hour gets tight like this, it's usually a big move to the upside. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the 4-hour I'm looking for these small time frames to get a pump and somehow twist the daily. I know it's rare, but I've seen it happen. I have seen smaller time frames begin momentum that has then been flushed up to bigger time frames. And it started with moving averages. And so I'm keen to this when most people just have no idea what's going on. I can see a lot of things that normal people can't see. I'm telling you, I've been doing this for so long, every single day without a day off, that it's provided me an edge that the average person just won't have unless they do the work. You do the work, you'll get the edge. Everybody wants the edge. Everybody wants the life. Everybody wants that Escalade, baby, but they don't want to put in the work. So then they end up whatever. You know what I mean? You got to put in the work. Nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody's going to discipline you. Nobody's going to push you. You got to push yourself every single day. So this could be Bart Simpson-esque. I'm being honest. Like, I almost saw this as a shoulder, a head, and kind of a right shoulder. You see, like, it looks somewhat dumpy to me. If we close a candle below this 200 MA on the 15-minute, I would probably end my longs, and it's likely we're going to take this gap all the way back down to 57,000. That is very, very possible. So here's the deal. If we break out and you see us bearishly retest or make a bear flag on the 5-minute, that's likely a beautiful short to the downside. You're below the 200 on the 15-minute. We've back tested that many times. I've showed you when the 15-minute loses the 200, you're at least going to get one short there. A big short here, one of the biggest ones you've ever got. The last two times, the first time it broke, you were in the massive short. The second time it broke, it was a decent short. You still made some nice gains on that dump. And so here we are again. This would be the third time. And since, what was the date that we lost it? Wow, since July 29. So only 2 times in the last almost month and a half has this happened. Looks like it could happen again here. All right. And now you're seeing things get really tight inside the zone. All right. And this tells me that there's a chance that Bitcoin could pop, but it can't lose. So the time frame you're watching today is going to be your 15. Why? Because that's so close to the 200. If it loses the 200, you're going to see a bearish retest. It's going to be your telltale sign that things are going to start to drop. You're going to look for bear flags in the 1, 5, 7-minute time frame. You're going to look for the 1 minute to be losing the 200 MA, which it has already, which provided a short this morning. Had you shorted when we lost the 200, you would be in the gain. Had you longed when we gained the 100 last night, you'd be in the money. I've been teaching my students how to go back and forth lately. I've been shorting, longing, shorting. I'll long and short 3 times in the same hour. Heck, we were on a weekly screen share for 2 hours. I made $200. I'm like, what, 3 shorts, 2 longs, a long? Like, I was just I was like, I can trade this, now I can trade that. People are like, now you're just showing off. Like, you're just printing money. But we can do it together. I can show you. I'm not, some people are like, oh, he's pompous talking about. I guess if you take it that way, I can't change your perception. But if you're a beautiful person that believes in light, love, and happiness, you just see this as inspiration, and you know that it's possible. I'm just showing you what's possible out here. It's possible for you to have a YouTube channel. It's possible for you to spread light, love, and happiness every day. It's possible for you to wake up in a good mood all the time. It's possible for you to just always want to spread love. It's possible for you to be a positive person around everybody in your life. These are all possibilities. You could start a channel where you make people feel good every single day. No matter what your profession is, you can always add a sprinkle of positivity and energy to what you're doing to get people up and running and feeling good about themselves. I'm telling you right now, if each and every one of us put the effort in to do that, this world would be an absolutely wonderful place. If all billion of us put all our work into each other, there'd be 9 billion people willing to help me. There'd be 9 billion people willing to help you. Everyone would have help from the other. We would be a growing, unstoppable force in the universe. I believe that's what we want to get. But it's going to take a long time. Like, we're evolving as a human race to finally find our way. No more wars, no more pain. No, like, what is this? And I get it. This is the weird thing about it. That's when people say, well, that's what the New World Order is about. They're the elite that realize that we need to become one, and they're going to create the one world government. But it also says, like, totalitarianism. So can we find that happy medium where we become one without somebody ruling us and putting us in a hole, you know what I mean? Or making us live in, like, little boxes, like in... remember the movie 12 Monkeys with Bruce Lee? Bruce Lee. With, my man Bruce. I'm forgetting. Funny, he has a mental issue now, and I'm having a mental issue thinking about his name. So weird. But you know what I'm saying, man. My man Bruce. Bruce Willis, baby. You know it. So I'm watching the 15-minute. I'm staying long. 15-minute lose at 200 SMA. I have to probably likely switch short. Looks kind of head and shouldery. Doesn't look amazing. Some lower highs here. We're getting tight. Anything can happen. They got liquidity on either side of us. It's kind of a 50-50 bout. It's one of those days where you're just not sure exactly what they're going to be doing to us, everybody. You know, they're either taking us down, and we're right here. They're taking us down to 59, or they're bringing us up to 61. You know, it looks just very similar to this. This is the liquidity. And watch it paint dry. And eventually we might go sideways all weekend long. You never know. I've seen it happen. It could happen. So sideways for Bitcoin. It's a lackluster. Yesterday was just paint dry after such a fun, crazy up and down volatility week that it was like, man, we could do better than that. Just the whole humidity uploaded into an internal server floating around the sun, all in our own visual domains. Amen. 1 hour of the 21 is dipped below the 200 on the Bitcoin USD. Yep. Bro, look like BlackRock CEO. Thank you. Appreciate that. Big week with PPI and CPI ahead. Let's take a look at what we have coming at us for the week so we can kind of get ready on this Saturday morning. And that's another thing about the weekends. It's not a time to be complacent. It is a little more time to be with the kids. They're home from school. A little more time to do what you have to do. You know, pay more attention to the wife, everybody. You know, have some brunches. I believe that. But at the same time, and let's take a look at the next week here. At the same time, it's also ready to prepare. You always have to have little mental things in your mind. M2 money supply year over year. I'd like to see that. Forecast 6%. Previous was 6.2. Like to see how much of the money supply is for. That's a big number that people don't really pay attention to. All right. For China, they believe that's, yeah. Federal budget balance. And here we go. So core PPI on, so Monday, PPI year over year. Oh yeah, we have, so nothing on Monday for us, right? We have red folder day there for Forex wage price index, red folder day there. But 8:30 on Tuesday, August 13th, core PPI and PPI month over month, price per index. That's going to cause a fluctuation in the market for sure. And then August, and then I believe we have CPI 8:30 Wednesday. So Tuesday and Wednesday, expect volatility at 8:30 in the morning. Write it down right now. Put it in your Siri. At 8 o'clock, put an alert. It's going to say CPI, PPI. Because you might just open up a trade, totally forget about it, and get caught in the volatility. Sometimes you might be pleasantly surprised. You might open up a long and just be like, oh my God, what in the long, just shite. And you're like, but it would be good to know what's coming your way, right? So I would write these things down and pay attention to them. Bitcoin tends to make crazy moves. 80% of the time, there's some pretty volatile moves on PPI and CPI. So pay attention to those. Get yourself ready for the week when it comes to that. So nothing else we could really talk about for Bitcoin. It's pretty flat. Not much going on. Let's take a look at some other things in the market that may, tap our fancy here. Shout out to WEEX, man. Campaign's going great. Shout out to everybody that jumped into WEEX. We love you. We appreciate you. Shout out to all the beautiful people here. Beautiful people, beautiful people. The event ends in 7 days, 13 hours, 30 minutes, and 48 seconds. Jump on it today. Claim up to $28,050 USDT bonus. Have an absolute blast, baby. Have an absolute blast. WEEX.com. Stop worrying about all the other things, right? And just focus on trading, baby. They got it taken care of. Sign up now and trade now. Get it done and also get bonuses if you put more in, depending on how much you put in. It'll be absolutely amazing. I know the people at WEEX. I've met them. Had some Zoom calls. Good people. Good times. And exciting times to be alive. All right. Let's take a look at Solana USDT. I'm also going to take a look at Solana ETH that's beating up on Ethereum. And, I knew to buy Solana over Ethereum. I didn't put 100 grand in ETH. I put 100 grand in Solana. What a better bet, right? No offense. And then some people say the Solana chain is garbage. It's made of nonsense called, probably a bunch of VCs put a bunch of money in it. They probably do, probably make the blockchain look bigger than it is. They probably put, but I bet you, if you really deep dived it, I bet you that's happening to way even more chains, even more legit chains than you think. And even stocks, man, half the stock market is just fake trade. Like, I'll be honest, man, everybody does what they do to create liquidity. You know it, and I know it. And if you thought every single buy and sell was absolutely legit in the world, I don't know what kind of world you'd be living in. So again, I'm not, because I've read some of the Solana biases from my man Crypto Crow and other people that I respect in the game. I love Crypto Crow, one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. I go to bat for him. I mean, he doesn't need me to. He's 7 feet tall, but if he ever did, I'm there for you, Crypto Crow. I love you, Jason Appleton. You're a good man. What you wrote to me when my mom died and how you stuck up for me online, I will never forget it. I'll always remember you for that, and I will always be a warrior in your heart. So I love you, brother. But yeah, so he's been saying, you know, Solana has an issue, you know, but it's good to have 7-foot tall friends too, you know what I mean? It doesn't hurt. But honestly, I'm still bullish on Sol. You know, if Bitcoin makes the tumble, they're all going to tumble though. These are facts, right? Let's take a look at Solana on the bigger time frame here, like on the weekly. The weekly, it's saying, hey, it's just getting started. Let's take a look if we had bought in Solana on the low stochastics the last few times. I just like doing this to kind of coach yourself through the ideas of what's happening. Because once you break down the data and stay calm, especially when you space it out over time, like Crypto Billy had a great tweet today. He showed like the year-over-year returns, and they're great. You know what I mean? They're absolute, like they're great. So if I go to my home and I look for I think Crypto Billy should come up. I love that, yeah. Billy, come in the feed. Honestly, I kind of like, I there's some parts of me that wanted to endorse Robert F. Kennedy. You know, I'm being from Boston. I love the Kennedys, you know. But meeting was virtual, and all she needed to do was an internet connection. I like this. Tyler Winklevoss, can anyone explain why Kamala Harris didn't attend the crypto roundtable yesterday? I understand that she's on the campaign trail, but the meeting was virtual. All she needed was an internet connection. Freedom of speech is that because she knows that Donald Trump likes you, like it's all politics. No one wants to get the work done. The sad thing is the people with crypto are the people with the keys, man. Like there's people with a lot of money in cryptocurrency, and you kind of got to bend the knee to them if you want to be in the game. She don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Well, look, this is Billy Go Tails. No, it was Crypto Billy. All right. Why does it do this to me? Anyway, I just wanted to point out his tweet, which was awesome. There it is. Look what he said. It's a pretty good tweet. Look at these beautiful babies, too. Oh, my God. What cuties. Oh, my God. Look, perfect faces. Perfect little Crypto Billy faces. Unbelievable. If he didn't have kids and do his thing, then those kids wouldn't exist. Being a grandfather must be so surreal. When in doubt, zoom out. Year-to-date return. Stay positive. See, Pepe up 5. Bonk up like a year ago. If you're still holding, you're up beautifully. You're up beautifully. 3x on our fat, you know. A lot of these coins that we're in were actually, you know, injective up 130. We got into a lot of these coins way over a year ago, everybody. So we're still doing pretty good. Shout out to Miss Teen Crypto. I guess she was auctioning off these boots. Pretty cool, man. Those are some nice boots. Giver's gain, the bullish breakdown indicator, top down. Oh, no, I can't. Yeah, no, I can't do that. Those guys. Anyway, let bygones be bygones, but not for me, man. Okay, let's take a look here at the weekly for Solana. So the weekly keeps staying low. And then you got this low area here too as well, right? So let's just take a look. You bought Solana, you would have bought Solana here at 82. Then you would have bought a little more here at 31. Then you would have bought a little more here at $8. Then you would have bought a little more at about $20. Then a little more again at about $20. And every time this thing got to a low, and then a little more at 100, and it's telling you it's time to buy again. Like if you just did this, and you look at this over the course of the next few years, or at least 18 months, it's likely you're going to get these buys for Solana, and you're just going to be somewhere at $500 to $1,000 over time. I mean, all right. Anyway, just pointing out that that's what I do. This is also a cup and handle that's starting to form here for Sol. The weekly did make a bearish downturn if you look at it on the stochastics. I think my flywheel broke. This mouse, the wheels like to break over time. That's not a good sign. I'll be honest. I'd like to see that curve sooner than later. You know, kind of a hidden bullish divergence in a way as this whole thing trends down, but the whole thing trends up. You know, pretty weird. So, but to me, it shows that there's another leg coming for Solana. Whether it dips or whatever, that leg is on the way at one point. We're talking 368 somewhere by April. Could take some time, you know, if you kind of by the way you look at it, but that's bullish to me for Solana. And so I stay in my Sol trade up about $46,000 now because I put in 100 grand at 109. And it's been a long journey. I put that 100 grand in, I think 6-7 months ago. I've been up in the first 5 weeks. I was up 110, 20 grand. Like it went to 210 or whatever, right? And then it came back down. Then I was at my buy twice now, back to break even. I think it went to 109 3 days ago in the dip, 5 days ago. So honestly, this is, investing is not for the faint of heart. Watching your 100 grand go to 200 grand, down 100 grand, up 100, like it's like, but I'm in for the long haul. Like I'm not looking at those small returns. I'm looking for the big one. And I'm patiently waiting for my gains, and it's not easy. I'm telling you right now. You earn every dollar you make as a trader. Every single dollar that you make, everyone thinks it's an easy life, and you look sweet. And that's why we buy the flashy cars and we buy the nice things, because like we've been through so much to get them that we need a few rewards along the way, because it's like, man, it's a vicious life. I'll be honest, if you take it on as a trader, it's going to be every single day I'm inside of a trade of uncertainty. And I gotta stay positive. It's the greatest life to teach yourself how to be a positive person, because you have so much coming at you all the time. If you can't handle it, you will fall. You will crush. Most people want to go back to work. They can't handle it. I talk to people on a regular basis, and they're like, I can't believe what you do. They're like, I talk to older men. They're like, I don't want to manage my own money. I don't want to do any of that. I'm super long from lower. New exchange include XRP. Congrats, Sammy, on the 69K subs, brother. We hit 69,000 subs yesterday. It was a milestone on milestones. Exciting times to be alive. 1,069 people here on a Saturday morning in the summertime. Unbelievable. I expect only a few hundred people to come here to these early morning live streams on Saturday. These are the updates. See, every morning you guys get an update in the trading group, just so you know. A video update. And every night you get a video update explaining what happened. Sometimes it's 1 in the morning, but I'm usually in by 7 or 8, and I'm usually get your update somewhere between 8 and 12. But you get an update. If I watch the market go sideways, I wait till the update seems more poignant. I try to give you the update at the best time possible, where it makes the most sense for you, right? So one day on the weekend, I decided to go live instead of doing the update, because the update took too long to upload. And that became the show. Isn't that funny? That became these weekend shows. And now I do the weekend updates every single weekend. And we go live at night. We do 2 shows of the weekends for whatever reason. And then I don't know how that happened. And next thing you know, I started doing 2 shows on the weekend. Trying to bookending what happened. I missed my entry on MATIC. Amen. Yeah. I missed my entry on MATIC. Amen. Yeah. Shout out to Jennifer Moffitt, who's been an awesome supporter for a long time. Shout out to Crypto Bellico. Everybody here on the live. Mobile USDT has crossed the 200 in the 2 hour, but the 12 hour is rejected at the 200. What do you think? Thank you. I just wouldn't trade it unless it broke the 12 hour. That simple. You see what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's that simple. Or I would wait for it to dip and buy in DCA. Like, again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying do should be taken as financial advice. You got to do your own due diligence. Figure out what you want to do. Right? You said the 12 hour got rejected by the 200. Yeah, there you go. If that flips the 200, I would long it. You see what I mean? That would be the beginning of a bigger move. You kind of finally have some type of Adam and Eve double bottom here. It's not perfect, I guess, but you're trying to do some type of double bottom. You break to the upside. You get this gap of the VRVP. Liquidity is up there, sitting at about 02901. Tells you may be able to get that move. All right. And let's take a look at XRP. Look at that. It had that spike candle on XE to $2 out of nowhere. They liquidated anyone that was short, right? I mean, that's crazy. All shorts liquidated on that wick. I mean, yikes. I don't know what was up with that. I don't know, and that wasn't across all exchanges, was that? Was that across exchanges? No, it was not. See? It's only on XE. So let's take a look here on XRP. All right. Take a look at your weekly chart. I mean, I'll be honest, it doesn't look amazing. You got rejected by the 200 and you're overbought on the weekly. So like, I got to give it to you. Like, I don't know what people are planning for XRP. I kept a good amount of money in for a long time. I'm like almost thinking like, hey, I should just sell my XRP and put it in Solana. But, you know, everyone keeps saying it's going to do this, it's going to do this, you know, and there's this, like, the conspiracies and the, you know, So I hold it because why not? Like, I have enough money that I can always just, if it makes, it's almost like no money. It's like, if it sits sideways for 5 years, so why, you know what I mean? Are you saying Bitcoin will go to 40K? Yeah. I am short since Asin. Yeah. They might have actually reimbursed on that wick, though. I don't know. You know what I mean? It could have been a glitch. And honestly, it may not have happened. Sometimes it just looks like that on TradingView. I just want to let you know, and it's like a glitch. You know, I know you may be like, oh, he's saying that, but I'm being honest. I am being honest. XRP has been kept artificially down because of the SEC. If that ends, it jumps. It did end. The SEC did end. What do you mean? The case ended this week. Have you been, like, Keith, have you been watching the news, man? Where are you at, man? What's going on, bro? You seem like you're always on point. The case ended, man. That's why we got the spike. That's why it pumped from 44 cents all the way to 64. Made a 50% jump in a week. Just remember, once it flips to 200 MA on the weekly, fine, it can rock. But, I don't know, XRP just looks like it's in some chop right now. And I wouldn't be surprised if it goes sideways for, like, I don't know, the next 2-3 months till April. 4 or 5 months. So, yeah, case is over. It's not 600. So weird, right? SEC has 60 days to appeal for XRP, right? 60 days. Let's take a look at that fear and greed index and see where it is today. 40. You had to buy that 17, that 18. I had to open up my bank account. All those buys I bought for Bitcoin are in the money now. The 54,000, the 55,000, 57,000, and even that Ondo that I bought on the low. So everything that I purchased, all 25K of it, ended up being a pretty good move. Likewise, I've got a bag of XRP just in case it explodes. Also, to shut up my friends who are convinced it's going to make them rich. You know, funny. If they appeal, XRP case isn't over, has 60 days to appeal. Interesting. Sorry, Keith. I mean, it's over for now. The XRP has to, I mean, it is over. They just have to appeal the case now. So technically, that's over. The fact that they have to appeal, I mean, it is over. SEC announced yesterday they will not appeal. So there you go. It's over. It's a wrap. So you got your news here on the channel right here. This is where you get the news. Not even, sometimes it's even faster than Twitter here, man. Shout out to the channel sponsors, I Trust Capital. We greatly appreciate you and we love you. We thank you so much for being a channel sponsor. This is a great place where you can get yourself into a Roth IRA and get your retirement cooking and going. If you haven't thought about retirement at all, you can and you haven't thought about Bitcoin, those are two things you can do together at I Trust Capital. Buy and sell cryptocurrency, gold and silver with your IRA 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. If you're in the ETF and the ETF dump and Bitcoin dumps on the weekend, you can't buy that ETF on the weekend, but you can buy the ETF. You can buy I Trust Capital on the weekends, right? So you can have access to better prices in the long term. I just think I Trust Capital is a way better idea than getting into that ETF, but you do whatever makes you happy. Then there's Decrypted.tax, man. You gotta love Decrypted.tax, the best tax service in the game. Also run by a tax attorney who knows what he's doing. Get that dual protection. Decrypted.tax, experts in cryptocurrency. My good friend Ernest will be there for you and his staff. Get yourself a free consultation today. Find out more at Decrypted.tax. I guarantee you didn't do your taxes right last year in cryptocurrency. Why don't you get it situated and focused? Stop living in fear. Stop freaking out. Stop worrying about those 3-letter words and get yourself to Decrypted.tax today and clear out the clarity. Get it going. You know you need it. Stop playing games. You're going to feel so good once you get yourself situated. I'm telling you right now. Okay, so I stay long for Bitcoin here, and we'll see where we go for BTC. We so far have bounced off the 200 MA. It's a sign. But wow, price action has just decided to go flat since yesterday, and we've just been ranging tight between 60,000 and 60,800, really inside of a tight zone. Really, on average, we've been at 60,600. Whenever you look at the price action, it's been 60,006. The red is building up a little to the low side, saying that we may get more liquidity to the downside, but honestly, they're both pretty close and they're both pretty even. That's 593. That's 478 Bitcoins. What is this? This is BOOKMAP. Link in the description of BOOKMAP. It tells you where there's people with orders, big whales. Like this guy wants to buy a bunch. So there's a lot of buys at 59, which tells us that even if we get that low, we could bounce. And there's a lot of sells up at 62, which means if you short the market, you could get squeezed. So it's a 50-50 pattern, really, and almost like Bitcoin's in somewhat of a symmetrical triangle. If you did bring it up here, you can almost say, okay, that's a symmetrical. And they're 50-50s. It's funny, whenever I see a symmetrical 50-50 pattern, then they stack the liquidity symmetrically on the either side, right? When I see a bull flag, it's more up. It's like the patterns connect with the information and the data. They're like both, it's so insane. That's why I'm always using BOOKMAP in conjunction with what I'm doing. And you can see how well they work together. It's absolutely beautiful. They might still appeal to July 2023. Interesting. What's your trading strategy for Bitcoin now? I just explained it the entire show. Yeah. I'm long unless we lose the 200 SMA. We bears retest. I would short back down to the point of control at 57,000. We break above here. I stay in the long. If we do a bullish retest, I may add to the long at 61,000. I'd like to see us break 61.5, which is the weekly support of resistance, and close above 61,500 on the week. That would be a beautiful thing for Bitcoin. The target for this bigger move is the length of the previous pole. And this is how I get my targets, and they hit all the time, just like the last one we hit the other day that nailed for massive gains. And that's up to 68,190 for Bitcoin. All right. Excellent. So I'm watching this flag and I'm long. There's really nothing else I can do. It's pretty flat price action for the day. All coins will somewhat follow, but just watch them. Bitcoin dominance is revving up. I hope you took the time. Oh. No. I don't want to play someone else's stuff. Whoa. Whoa, where is that? Just bring them. I just got to bring the music down completely before I find that. I don't want other people's music on my thing. Hold on. I don't know where that video is. Where did that video just go? Oh my. I find it. I think it went to this one. No. I see it playing, but they're not showing me where it is. Like when I hit on, it's not there. Is it behind BOOKMAP? Happens to me every once in a while. I don't get it. I watched this kid that like goes on these like he gets these used boats. And I was into sailing and stuff. So late at night when I'm doing my thing, I'm watching like boaters. You know what I mean? Guys doing boating and like stuff like that. I see it right now, but it won't. Oh, there. I can just exit out from there. All right, cool. Thank goodness. All right. Okay. Back to the business here. Music should be back on. Okay, let's just answer some of your questions now. Here I have about a few minutes. Anything you want to know, AMA me, baby. Sui is ripping. Really? I bet it's up like $1 or like 10 cents, and you guys are saying it's ripping. I guess. I guess it's ripping 56. Yeah, it went up 100%. That's a rip for sure. And I guess watch, it probably broke the 1 hour 200 MA, and you could have just made a trade on it. See, it's that simple, man. Once it broke the 1 hour 200 MA, bang, it's in the money, man. And I talk about this all the time. We go over this a lot. We'd like to see Bitcoin do this and really make a bigger move to the upside. All right. You get your 4 hour now. Wow, you broke the 200 MA in the 4 hour. Then you look for your 8 hour, and eventually you're going to get rejected by one of the bigger ones, probably the daily, right? I wouldn't be surprised if Sui makes this move up to the daily. Sui's in this large double bottom. I think Sui's a great project, and I believe it's going to do well over time. You know, whoever did get Sui at that bottom at 45 cents, it might have been one of the greatest buys ever. Look for Sui to break through 115 and get above the 200 SMA. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets to 215 in a couple months. Thanks for the strategy. I will use this to become successful in the 99. Your energy is pushing me to focus on trading. Yeah, I hope you guys see me day in and day out. And I wish I could tell you everything that's happening to me, but, you know, over time, you will see. Now, how do you not let the problems get to your head before you get into a trade? I've backtested demo trading. Once you demo trade and you've learned that you could turn $100 into 200, 2,000 into 4,000, then you start using small amounts of money. You use 500 to 1,000. You do that for years, man. I've done it for years. So now I don't think about it anymore. It just becomes, it's not, getting in and out of a trade is so natural to me. I don't even think about it anymore. It's effortless. I know exactly what I see, and I know my probabilities, and I'm not afraid to lose. I've lost so many times, and I'm still here. So I know that if I lose tomorrow or the next few days, I'm still going to be here 10 years from now. So I've proven to myself that I have staying power. And once you prove to yourself that you're the one, you're the consistent thing, that nothing else will really matter. You're going to be able to push every single day. Nothing will get in the way. And so you just you become the opportunity. You become the force of nature that creates the movement, and you just keep moving every single day. You know, my YouTube strategy is showing up every single day and putting your best foot every single day and having a goal. Like my goal is 100,000 subscribers. That's my first goal. Once I hit that, we're going to bump it up to 1 million subscribers. And then we're going to work every single day to turn that 100 grand into 1 million. And then once we have 1 million, we're going to work to 10 million. And like, this is just the idea that I have in my head, and we're going to keep moving until we get to these, you know, I either die trying or I get there, right? Hey, Sam, any thoughts on NFP? Nobody blocked you, buddy. You're right there, buddy. We love you. See? Sam, please tell me about Pepe Coin, its request. Okay, let's take a look here at the fan funding and see what's happening in the live chat. Oh, sorry, not live chat. Sorry. Top chat. No, live chat. Yeah, I want to be on live chat. I don't understand why they do that. And let's go to fan funding. Upside down cat ears of the 7-minute. Ooh, exciting. Mobile USD win over that. And John Collin for the replay. Thank you. Appreciate everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. So, I mean, that's a giant cup and handle for Sui, too. And that's why they call me Sammy Cup and Handy. I searched for these cup and handles. Pulled my Fibonacci, but that looks like it came to the 886 fib retracement. Doesn't usually get much lower than that. Now you're going to be looking for a breach here, and then if it comes back down and retests 91 cents, that would be your last beautiful buy before it probably rips up to 219. Again, I don't own any Sui. You know, I may one day. It's a decent project, but we'll see what happens. Still tight in the zone. Moving average is getting very tight. Tells me a big move is coming today. Many, many times when the moving averages get this tight, we do get a pump. So I'm long. Just so everybody knows, I am long. I made it really clear, all right? I have 3 trades open. One on WEEX, right? I believe I still got my WEEX trade open. Let me log in here to WEEX and show you my WEEX trade. WEEX, baby, WEEX. And we got a beautiful campaign for WEEX. You gotta love it. And people are really, really excited and they're happy. I mean, I've gotten a lot of good feedback about WEEX, so pretty awesome. 097, bang. Oh, and then you got to do your freaking select 3 images with, so funny. The new cat stuff is so funny, right? All right. But yeah, still got a small trade on WEEX going. Still got a trade on MEXC. 2 trades on MEXC. So I'm still long. I'm heavy long. Like maybe a little overexposed long. But I know that if we just breach a little bit, I can bail out pretty easily. So I'm not stressed on it. Yeah, let's take a look at the WEEX trade right here going. It's a very small trade. I want to prove I could turn this smaller account into a bigger one. I have, I got 20 grand in the other account. This one only has 1,000. But we're up $18, 4% on the ROI. You know what I mean? Hey, we were up way more, right? When we got that spike last night up to what, the 61.5 there, I guess we got to. Yeah, 61.5 would have been all right, but not too bad. Sitting at about 60,600 right now for BTC. All right. So shout out to WEEX.com. We love you. Appreciate you. Remember, WEEX is awesome. Look, you can move your stop loss up and down. Boom. Order operated successfully. Move this one up or down. The whole key is as long as we stay above the 200 SMA here, we're going to continue to the upside, right? So the 1 hour, if 1 hour can hold the 200, we're going to get a pump. If we lose the 200, then I jump out of the trade. It's a very simple way to trade, and so once we breach that 1 hour, just like I showed you what happened to Sui, it breached the 1 hour, it was gone. So I remain in the trade. Now the trade has changed since we put out this flag. Technically that flag played out because you're in the green right now. So you can see my trade is green that we got into like yesterday. I think I even opened this on the live. I can't remember though. I opened so many trades. But we're watching this flag just like I showed you here for Bitcoin. And I have everything set up on every exchange. Like if I do it on this exchange, I have it set up. If I have it on MEX, I have it set up. You know what I mean? If I have it on TradingView, I have it set up. Like I've got so many setups all the time and I'm always watching what I'm doing and paying attention to how I'm setting it up, right? And so, but everybody, that's about it for the day. Let's see if there's any big movers or gainers on crypto bubbles. Crypto bubbles, baby. And we'll see if we see anything here. Sui up 10%, SEI, TIA, Phantom. So some DeFi. DeFi is starting to pick up. Pyth, Beam, okay. In the last hour, it's been Sui, Beam, Pyth. But we've got some green here. All coins getting ready. If Bitcoin breaks out that flag, what you're going to do, I'm going to show you something. We're going to go to like the top. Let's go to a bunch of coins. We'll go to MATIC. I'm going to teach you something about the market really quick before I jump on out of here. Something that I think is obvious to me, but not to everybody else, right? So everything is following the flag that Bitcoin's in. Everything. So, basically, if Bitcoin breaks out the flag, you can trade MATIC today. So I could literally put out every single setup for almost every coin right now and be like, MATIC looks nice. This looks nice, right? Now, if Bitcoin fails, every setup will fail except for maybe a couple. You see? It's not going to be, you know, but we are starting to see that. I mean, that's a bull pennant on MATIC, right? I still hold MATIC from a long time ago. I can't believe it's only 42 cents, man. They beat up that coin. But MATIC looks like it's going to break to the upside. But again, it will depend on what happens to BTC. Unlikely that MATIC will just pump out of nowhere if Bitcoin, you know, either Bitcoin goes sideways and we get some altcoin movement. But I'm feeling lack of volume today. You know, it's not that like fun, like we didn't pump throughout the night and then things are just running around. But I'm gonna show you 10 hot altcoins right now that you could probably make the same, if not more gains, probably way more, off that same Bitcoin move, right? And I can show you how every coin is probably in this flag on the 15-minute. If it's a blue chip and it has a big enough market cap, it's going to be in some type of flag here on the 15-minute time frame. And if Bitcoin breaks out, these coins will all follow suit. Every single one of them will pump. I'm telling you, if Bitcoin dumps, they will all follow suit. Every single one of them will dump, you know? So you're looking for Solana to break up to 178. I mean, it's a nice move there. There's a low, there's a high, there's a higher low. It's getting tighter in the zone at the point of control. Might be worth taking a shot. It is the weekend, so they might just bring it right down, bring it back up, and you might get stopped out on low liquidity. You have to realize that trading on Saturdays is high risk due to you're in a big pond, and you're one of the few people who's still in the pond. You see? Well, like I could do this for you every single day. I'm trying to get you guys up to speed to understand you really just need me to track Bitcoin, and then you guys could make gains. If I call Bitcoin positively, you can make gains on your altcoins. If I call Bitcoin negatively, you'd have to short your altcoins. You see? Like, you just follow my Bitcoin call. I'm super accurate with it. Oh, wow. So look, Super getting a pump. YGG getting a pump, right? Yield Guild Games here. These are all the perpetual futures. So all of these little... Wow, so, you know, altcoins getting a little bit of a bump here to the upside. I like it. Let's take a look at Total 3. So altcoins starting to get some love, all right? And Total 3 did break out. Now we're watching Total 3 here. Total 3 is what? The market cap excluding all of Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's why we go over it every single week at the macro technical analysis video, right? Now, when we see this, we want to see this break on out to the upside. That's looking bullish. We may have a mini altcoin season here. Once we see this, we get excited. We go to Bitcoin dominance. We'd like to see Bitcoin dominance at least, you know, be in the shape where it's going to fall off a little bit. And you could say, hey, it's at the bottom of the pattern. If it loses this, it falls. That would be amazing. But it looks like it's going to bounce back to the upside. I see a huge move for Bitcoin coming based off Bitcoin dominance. If you just kind of foreshadowed what Bitcoin dominance is telling you, it's telling you it's going to get really tight and boom. And if that happens, that means we're going to see bank collapses. Something's going to happen. Whether it's going to be the rate cut. And it's all looking like it's going to happen somewhere as the rate cut comes. And like, I don't know, but you know, we'll see. But this looks like, I don't know, even 4 to 5 days, we're going to get tight enough that Bitcoin's going to have to make a decision. And it's going to start making a bigger break. You know, Bitcoin starts to break down and it could be the whole market collapsing. Unless it gives up and we have alt season. All right. But I'll be there for you guys every step of the day, but every way. But I can see a big thing is brewing here. When Bitcoin dominance gets tight like this, look at the last time Bitcoin dominance got really tight. Boom. It was a huge move for Bitcoin. Tight right there. Boom. We're coiling up, everybody. Something is brewing here for Bitcoin dominance. It's telling us, it's foreshadowing that something is coming. So I'm the guy that's always trying to show you these things because I'm here every single day pointing out what you may want to pay attention to in the market. All right. How many people we got here on the live now? How many likes we got? We got 1,228 people here. We got 337 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Who's feeling good and positive right now and feeling happy with their life? Who knows that they're in control of their life and anything is possible? Who here knows that you are the opportunity and you're going to make it happen? All right. What is the indicator under the MACD? That is the RSI and the stochastics RSI. 333, I love it. Shout out to Jared D. Shout out to Crypto Bellico. After hours investing. Sol is the new winner next to BTC. Of course it is, yeah. When Bitcoin was down significantly, XRP was up not too long ago before this SEC decision. Thanks for the inspiration, brother. Name of the music. Did Weifer figure out the finance? No. We went over it earlier today. And look, now I guess they take the weekends off, right? Even though I don't. But now they refuse to respond now in front of 28,000 people. In cryptocurrency, a guy with 70,000 subscribers, basically 400 views on every comment that I make, 16,000 views Give the livers her account back. She doesn't deserve this kind of treatment. The livers give back so much to the community. This is wrong. Now look, you look more like with everyone else. Look at this guy. The account has 24, so why should they escalate you over everyone else? Look at this guy. Because I represent the community. You get it? Because I represent you on a larger scale than you represent yourself. Like, see how people are so strange? Like, this would help him. And he might be pissed when I say this, but I represent you on a larger scale than you represent yourself. I'm your Bitcoin selectman. I'm your Bitcoin rep. I'm like your rep. I really am. Like, we have taken on political roles as cryptocurrency people because, like, I represent cryptocurrency, man. Every single day I put my face out there. I couple my face with crypto. Like, how dare people talk to me like that? Binance kicked out all Ontario residents off the platform because of the Canadian government. Don't trust these centralized exchanges. You should know better than to keep. I agree. She's 100% right. It was a longer term idea. But Binance US, please just let us get back into our account. Take our money and be on our way. Like, we just, do whatever you want, but give me my money, man. And don't make me wait months for it. Like, don't play games with me. It's not cool, Look, you still have not answered my email, too. And they just stopped answering emails, even though they were going back and forth with us. Like, how do you go back and forth with a customer and then just ghost us? So that's what led me to Twitter, because they ghosted me. And then I got the messages, and I still haven't received the DM back. I still haven't received her DM back. I work 7 days a week. I take this very seriously. I'll be here every single day asking them for my money until I get it publicly. Yeah, it's not going to stop. Anyway, shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, and may God bless you all for jumping on in. Not much else I could really talk about or go over. Looks like altcoins are starting to kind of get some movement here, which is good. Injective finally getting a bit of a pump here. Everything bouncing off those bottoms, 13 all the way back to 18. So if you didn't sell your altcoins, you're back in the money somewhat. Not amazing. All right, and I had to take a nibble at these prices. Does it mean there could be lower lows? We don't know. A lot of people are telling you, buy the dip. This could come up and come lower. We could see lower prices. But over time, this is a falling wedge that eventually should break to the upside. It just will take its time. Injective back to 64, and we all be in the money, baby. Only a matter of time, right? I don't know I haven't looked at my Kepler wallet in a long time, so it's crazy, right? The whole Atom ecosystem. And what's up with Atom, man? Atom is the wackest coin in the game. I'll be lucky if I get my money back out of Atom. I can't believe what they've done to Atom. You know what I mean? They've buried this coin and act like it doesn't exist. Of all the coins, it's really got no love. It went from 6 to 15. Went down to 6 to 14. Like, it basically doubled up twice and then just sat on the sidelines. It looks like a dead chain and a dead coin that they gave up on. I don't know what's happening. Of all the projects, Atom is the worst. I may sell it off for a loss and just use that as a tax loss because it's so garbage. Anyway, I have faith over time. It used to be one of my favorite chains, and it was so awesome, but just, I don't know, it's like they put so much more effort into Injective and everything else, and they forgot about Atom. What do you guys think about Atom? Is Atom a dead chain? Like, what happened to Atom? Why is it forgotten about? It used to be the best, man. Cosmos, everybody said it was going to work and do all this awesome stuff. What happened to Atom? Like, Trump will hopefully make the real Binance available in US. I hope so. Who didn't give Sam his money? Just joined. Binance US has locked us out of our account for no reason. Like, we weren't, we're not frauded, no problems. And they want to ask us where $100 in USD that came from us was. They wrote a typo email. It doesn't make any sense. It says, where does the USD come from this address? It's our address. So how could it come from that address? So you wrote me an email that doesn't make sense. Then you don't respond when I respond to the email. Then you don't respond to my DMs on Twitter. Even though you started talking to me last night, you now have stopped talking to me. What is going on? What are you doing? Not cool. All right. I'm an obsessive compulsive person. So, like, it stays on me until I figure it out. All right. In your opinion, would it still be worth holding on to SEI and or Phantom? Yeah. Can you look Filecoin, please? Really appreciate being able to count on your streams every day. Hope to make enough for what I'm learning to hear to join your group. Thanks for the free education here. God bless you every single day here. Dump into my long entry. Yee. I talk to you. Tell me your thoughts. Shout out to Keith Bradbury. Helium Mobile, a good look. I don't know. I'm not into it. Yeah. Too speculative for me. Other better projects that could make gains. GFT, funny. %, 9% SUI. It's all right. It's not amazing, but at least we're getting some movement here. All right. It's that DIONE. We haven't looked at DIONE in a long time. So I know when altcoins are going to move again. And everyone's like, damn, Sam doesn't post altcoins as much as he used to. I can't because they're not there yet. But it is a time to literally start focusing on a possible DCA strategy. Like if you like DIONE or DIONE, I don't know how people call it. Never heard it mentioned by anyone else but me, so I don't know what people say it. You know, I've seen it written, but I've never seen it really spoken about. So I call it DIONE, right? But that's the lowest prices usually go. They retest their previous resistance and supports. They get sold off, and that would be the buy zone for me for DIONE. You know, I'd start accumulating in this zone if I liked the project and I believed in it. See, that's why you have to do due diligence and know what it is. And if you know what it is and you believe in it, then you're okay to DCA and hold in the bear. But if you don't know what it is, it's going to be very hard to hold when things don't go exactly as planned, you know? Let's take a look at Aerodrome, another one that I really liked. We got into 30 cents. Let's see where AERO is now. Still holding 69 cents, right? But not amazing as well. The whole market's just, the altcoins are not as strong as people claim they are. We really need to see Bitcoin make some substantial moves here to save ours. And only time will tell. Markets could get all the way to $2.76 for AERO. That's our next high once we break out. And you're looking for this to make possibly a rounded bottom. Is that your bottom for AERO? Looks like it may go one more time and touch 30 cents. You know, I've watched bottoms my whole life. Doesn't sound right. I sat watching bottoms in college. Does Sam the G hold DNX or Tectum? No, I hold neither of those. Binance US locked me out Thursday when I tried to buy Bitcoin right before the run-up. It said region not supported after I had been trading all day. Weird, they did the same thing to us on the same day. I wonder if this is like a you know. At the beach in Florida, yeah. Shout out to Keith Bradbury. How do I know what price is going to pump when it crosses the 200 MA? You don't know anything. You just kind of do it over and over again and get paid. See? We don't know as a trader, I don't know what's going to happen. I just have studied the probabilities of when that happens and what happens over and over again, and I take it. Yeah. Bottom watchers, yeah. Thanks for the info. Much appreciated. Yeah. Bear flags on the altcoins. No, I don't know about that, you know. And then what's another altcoin that really represents the market pretty nicely? Like you want to look at Pepe. It's like you know, an outlier of the memes. Where has Pepe been? We haven't looked at these. You know, it hasn't had a chance to look at this stuff. But no reason for me to really go over alts that aren't Ton was the only thing I would grab. Caspa. I knew what coins were substantial, you know. Still making a bit of you could say a bull flag here. Fibonacci definitely comes right back down to like 886 or something like that. Looking for this to come up, possibly make a right shoulder there and break on out. That would be awesome, right? But it could come up and down. But definitely, in my mind, I would be thinking of grabbing Pepe. If I thought Pepe was going to go up and I like Pepe in the long term, that's the accumulation zone for Pepe. All right. My 8 is on Binance US. I never even look at that garbage. You're funny. To be successful with trading, you have to be constantly thinking probabilities. Exactly. And you have to never tell yourself you know what's going to happen to price action. I know nothing but the fact about ignorance. You just play the probabilities. All right. I like this accumulation for Pepe in that zone. All right. But honestly, the whole market, the altcoin market has been taking a beat down. And you're below the 200 MAs on multiple coins. NAKA, when NAKA lost to 200, you bounce and you wait for, and then you accumulate below it at these 786. This is a very simple game, honestly. You find your last big impulse. You take it to the top. When the 21 and the 200 get far apart and you see some bearish div, you start scaling out. Once you lose the 200, you should be completely out. After it loses the 200 substantially for a month or two, You start looking for the 786. You start getting back in. That's going to be your entries, and then boom. And then you ride them again. Again, these take months to do. Like, you'll sell here and wait 3 months to get back in. Everyone thinks it's a few weeks. No, swing trades, maybe you make 4 or 5 trades a year, sometimes 2 or 3. You buy, here we DCA throughout the bear. We bought all this NAKA down here, and we've been buying NAKA throughout the bear market. So, we got bags of NAKA now. It came out, we were up huge, we were fat. It's back down now, right? We've lost a fifth of what we had. But if you're in for the long haul and you don't want to pay short-term capital gains, then you're going for it. Well, it is what it is. All right. Is BOOKMAP safe to install? 100%. Yeah, there's no problem with BOOKMAP. You do have to have the RAM and a pretty beefed up computer, I found, to run BOOKMAP, visually, like a really good graphics card and some good RAM. Yeah. Can you analyze the SHIB chart? Because you asked so nicely, we'll take a look at SHIB. Same thing. Look, it's like the whole market is just in the dumpage. See, and they all have a little bit of bullish div there that they're trying to find hey, that swings down while the RSI swings up. They got a little bit of bullish divergence. This one IB definitely start to nibble. You know what I mean? The market is at its knees at this point. SHIB is lowest than it's ever been. Like the last, wow, the altcoin went, look, SHIB went lower than it's been since March, just 2 days ago in that dump. When Bitcoin tanked, I mean, the altcoins took a beating. Right? And what it did is it gave VCs, venture capitalists, all the people that run the market, the ability to get in when we got in. Like we got in here and waited, they pumped. They're like, no. I found they always bring the market to their knees for right back to where they want the prices. Usually it's a good sign because when they're doing that, they're going to bring it back to the upside too as well. You have to remember. So this would be a place where I would be accumulating Shiba Inu because resistance, and you're at the bottom. And I still believe this coin will go up in value over time. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. You got to believe that in yourself. That has to be your own belief, thoughts process, right? Gaming projects caught the worst beatdown, I know. And Caspa, one of my favorite coins of the game. And it's feeling like we're back in a little bit of alt season here. And so I'm watching Caspa I want to see it not lose the daily 200. Very important to Caspa, it bounced off that daily 200 MA and stays above it. If it loses the daily 200 MA, this is a rising wedge. It's going to break down at least to 9 cents. I'd like to see this bounce stay tight, and if it does that, we're going to get a bigger move up to 39 cents. I am overall more bullish than bearish on Caspa, and I hold 100 grand of it USD, so I'm a big Caspa man. I love my Caspa, but again, we'll see what happens. Everybody, I'm going to jump on out of here for the day. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Bitcoin getting a little bit of a push here to the upside. Nothing crazy. Let's take a look at it before we jump on out of here one more time for Bitcoin. And we're going to take a look at that 1 hour. You know that I'm sitting inside that pennant. Wow, 60,700 for Bitcoin. Can we get the breakout to the upside? They did this multiple times yesterday. They've been doing it. You never know, but the stochastics are low now. Could we get the flip? It's all about that move. The 15-minute looking extra spicy here with tight moving averages and some momentum on that stochastics RSI. Stay above that point of control. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I would love to post the gains. Wow, 60,750. Getting a little bit of a pump here. Hey. BOOKMAP's kind of moving a little bit. We're getting some volume. They got red there. It looks like we're going to 61.1, at least for now, and then we'll go from there. So, everyone, I do see a move coming, but you never know. Nothing is guaranteed, and I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance, and I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go. No clue at all. I just play probabilities on a daily basis. Everybody, I love you. I thank you, and I appreciate you. We will see you tonight at 8 p.m. for Bitcoin and the fun Saturday night stream. May God bless everybody. Thank you to the channel sponsors, Decrypted.tax and I Trust Capital. We greatly appreciate you. Shout out to Wax.com and MEXC and everybody out there that supports the lifer. We love you. We appreciate you. We care about you. And we thank you so much for your most precious asset, which is your time. Everybody, have a wonderful day. Wear your squares out. You know what I mean? Stay squared up, baby. And keep it fresh. I love you all. Stay rich. Stay amazing. Stay blessed. I'll see you tonight.